and a very good evening. Welcome to JK News Network. Here you are watching Evening Bulletin with Prabha Sharma. We bring updates from India and all over the world. So let's get the top news coverage. Central farm laws to hit Punjab where it hurts most. The Punjab government claims that if the earnings of these boards are stopped, the state will find it difficult to maintain over 31,000 kilometers of rural link roads as well as farmers' welfare schemes, including the debt relief scheme. The implementation of Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Act will remove restriction on farmers selling agri-produce outside the notified agriculture produce market committee yards, has not only brought the very existence of 6-decade-old Punjab Mandi Board under cloud, but it is also set to hit the 3-decade-old Rural Development Board. Both PMB and RDB are major revenue earners of the state and are also biggest infrastructure builders next only to the Public Works Department. Delhi's air quality index deteriorated to the severe category on Thursday for the first time this year, according to the Central Pollution Control Board. At 1 p.m., Delhi's average AQI reading was 402 as per data from the Central Pollution Control Board. This comes after a short-lived respite on Wednesday. The air quality in the national capital earlier dipped back into the very poor category on Thursday with an AQI reading of 381 as per the CPCB data at 7 a.m. On Wednesday, Delhi's pollution level has improved marginally and its AQI reading was in the poor category for the first time in 6 days due to the strong winds that blew over the city the previous day. The Bihar election kicked off on Wednesday with the first phase of polling. The fact that this is the first time voters in any part of India are getting to express their political choice in the middle of the pandemic makes the election significant. But its political importance goes beyond that. Due to the nature of political competition, the issues that have become a part of the poll discourse, the personality is involved and what the outcome will reveal about the preferences of the electorate. For one, the election from being widely seen as a one-sided race in the favor of National Democratic Alliance, that is NDA, has become a more open political contest. This is good for democracy because voters deserve options and alternatives, and only strong challengers to established party can change incentives in favor of performance and delivery. The energy brought forth by Tejasvi Yadav, the critique of the government by Chirag Paswan, and the palpable fatigue with Nitish Kumar has opened up democratic space irrespective of the outcome. It will come the next government on its toes. Second, in the reflection of both the growing aspiration of citizens and the economic distress of contemporary times, there is a deep yearning for higher income and better living standards. This has manifested itself most sharply in the demand for jobs. To his credit, Mr. Kumar has delivered on a range of public goods, particularly infrastructure and law and order in the past, but was unable to move to the next stage of reforms. The electorate wants more, and rightly so. This shift in the discourse towards employment is positive, for it reflects the rise of demanding voter. But the fact that the rhetoric revolves around government jobs is a sign that the public sector is still equated with stability and status, and the private sector is yet to make both deep economic and psychological inroads in Bihar. 3. The election has forced each party to look beyond its comfort zone of loyal social group and create wider alliances. So, for instance, the NDA is giving tickets to Yadavs, while the Rashtriya Janata Dal has sought to give tickets to leaders from subgroups belonging to the extremely backward classes and even the upper caste in the alliances with the Congress. This mix of a competitive election environment, a more demanding voter and a new and more inclusive form of social engineering bodes well for democracy. Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal launched the Green Delhi app on October 29 as air quality dipped to severe category for the first time this season. Kejriwal said citizens can bring pollution causing activities to the government's notice with the help of this application. He added that this application will identify the location and the complaint will be automatically forwarded to the concerned department of the time board redressal. We have prepared a strict timeliness for each type of complaint. The department concerned will also have to post a picture after the complaint is addressed, Kejriwal said. The application can be downloaded from Google Play Store and will be soon made available. Former Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti said Jammu and Kashmir has been converted into a jail where voices of politicians, journalists and civil society members are being stifled. Speaking to reporters at her residence on the Gupkar Road in Srinagar, on Thursday she said the PDP supporters protested in Jammu against the new land laws of Jammu and Kashmir on Wednesday, and on Thursday the PDP members wanted to take out a march in Kashmir, but they were arrested and the PDP office was sealed. I tried to meet them in the police station, but I was not allowed to do that, she said. She said nobody is allowed to speak in Kashmir, be it journalists, civil society members or politicians. There is total lawlessness. Jammu and Kashmir has been converted into a jail. They want to loot our resources. She said when people of Ladakh protested, they were taken to Delhi on a plane and asked what their problems were. But today, people of Ladakh are also regretting. Poor people are not given bread, but instead they are told to buy land in Jammu and Kashmir. She said they will continue to raise their voice against the new laws introduced in Jammu and Kashmir. We are not Twitter politicians. We won't stay inside. We will come out. Every day a new dikkat is being shooed by Delhi. If they are so strong, why don't they take on China, which has martyred 20 people? All of the force is for the people of Jammu and Kashmir, she said. That's all for today. For more news updates, stay connected with JK News Network.